just a second. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, Jackson staff and students. It is a fantastic Friday today as we follow our Tiger Truths of be respectful, be responsible, and be safe. I would like to welcome Ms. Araceli Marino from Mrs. Vasquez's 5th grade class to say the Pledge of Allegiance. How are you this morning?
Good.
Good. Let's place our right hand on our heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Excellent job. Thank you very much. Okay, boys and girls, I do have to stress that yesterday across all of our video cameras at Jackson Elementary School, I saw a lot of physical touching. Boys and girls, you must keep your hands to yourself at all times at Jackson School. It is not acceptable to be touching people while you're in line at the drinking fountain, while you're walking down the hallway. We're not jabbing each other, pawing each other, bumping into one another at all. I need to make sure that you are keeping your hands to yourself. Likewise with snow. I saw boys and girls over in the 2nd and 3rd grade playground area coming around and throwing snow at the building, throwing snow at the roof, throwing snow at each other, and that isn't acceptable either. We're not going to be throwing snow at Jackson. It's just a safety piece. Right now we have nice soft white snow, but as the winter goes along, some of that ice gets on our playground, and when you pick up the snow you get little pieces of ice or rocks and pebbles, and those then when you're throwing the snow, it's not so safe anymore. So we want to make sure that all of our snow stays on the ground. You can build snowmen if you have your winter boots and your snow clothes on, but those are very important things to remember. Mrs. Everhart is here.
Well, good morning.
Good morning, thank you.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you.
This week just flew by.
It did.
I know, and it's November.
I know.
It's November 1st. Oh my goodness.
Well, you know what happens this weekend?
No. Oh yes,
Time change.
I do remember.
The time change this weekend. We fall back. So on Sunday you get an extra hour of sleep. Isn't that lovely?
That is lovely.
So remember, not only does the chime change, but then I always at my house change my batteries in my fire detectors.
Yes, change those.
So it's a nice thing. Every year, change the batteries in your fire detectors around your house.
Yes, we do that every year as well.
Yeah,
And we
it's
have to
really
remember that because we're
important.
going to be out of town this weekend, but that's okay. So
Okay.
it's okay. I have our PBIS prize winners not just from this week, but also from last week since we didn't have school on Friday. So we
Oh,
have
awesome.
2 weeks worth of winners from each classroom. So remember, my friends, when you are following your Tiger Truths and a teacher or a staff member sees this, you can win a Tiger ticket, individual, or if your whole class is doing an amazing job, which I see so many classrooms doing, you can get a purple Tiger ticket. So the more Tiger tickets you earn, the better your chances are of getting your name picked for the prizes. Classroom teachers, please make sure you send your students down as soon as possible. It gets a little hectic in the office around that lunchtime hour, so make sure that they come down before that. So my friends, when your teacher says it's okay, come on down to the office and you can grab your prize. So from Mrs. Balch's classroom, Carson Knapp and Avery Kimple. From Mrs. Shear's class, Olivia Thomas and Ilana Walls. From Mrs. Rosberg's class, Delois Hill and Joey Wright. From Mrs. Ransom's kindergarten class, Madison Stevenson and Alex Stevens. From Mrs. Dravis's class, Hunter Will and Frida Radia Perez. From Mrs. Menting's class, Delilah Thompson Bentley and Luna Reyes Bautista. From Mrs. Masterson's class, Diesel Young and Chance Parsons. From Mrs. Roth's class, Jordan Ramos Martinez and Melissa Marquez Vivarescas. From Mrs. Anderson's class, Simon Wakefield and Kaylin Perkins. From Mrs. Sweeney's class, Adriana Youngin and Renata Rodriguez Regoza. From Mrs. Moyle's class, Abria White and Mackenzie Bjork. From Miss Peterson's class, Dylan Kubinski and Russell White. From Ms. Reister's class, Saroni Keogh and Elijah Moreno. From Mrs. Jansen's class, Skylar Pelton and Nairobi Lopez Aguilar. From Mrs. Dunmore's class, Kenny Clark and Aaliyah Smithy. From Mrs. Garner's class, Michelle Wojcik and Cody Salmon. From Mrs. Crandall's class, Cindy Solis and Julian Sierra. From Mr. Reese's class, Kiana Updike and Reed Hammer. And from Mrs. Vasquez's class, Elena Hines and Florence Becker. So congratulations to everyone whose name was picked. Remember, like I said, follow your Tiger Truths, do an amazing job, and be kind, respectful, responsible, and safe. And the chances of getting your name picked go up.
That is
So,
awesome.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll see you in the office in a minute.
Bye-bye.
And maybe all of those kids. Oh, Mrs. Dement, come on up. I bet you have something to share about what's starting on Monday.
I do. So boys and girls,
fantastic.
if you got one of these yellow notes in your mailbox, you know what that's all about, the Spanish that's starting on Monday. Teachers, if you have any of these, can you please bring them to my mailbox? Because I'm finalizing lists, finalizing classes, finalizing how this is all going to work, and then I will email out to everybody who is going to report to our club on Monday. So if you have not turned this in yet to your teacher, kids, make sure you turn it in. Teachers, if you have not gotten into my mailbox, just please bring it today. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Boys and girls, we do have a Spanish club happening after school on Mondays and Tuesdays for the next several weeks. And so it is an awesome opportunity. I also want to say, let's make it a fantastic Friday today. And don't forget to be awesome.